Hey guys, what's up? It's Lego Juice, and today I'm going to show you my updated Evolsaur deck profile. This is post Tachyon/Arsenal7, so uh, that's why I'm running King Pharaoh Imp. It's not really that great, but it's decent. But anyway, here's deck profile. You got one Serrato. Serrato's a do-nothing Evolsaur. Like it does nothing on the summon except like has this effect, but it doesn't really matter because you never get that effect off hardly. So it's pretty much like a do nothing of Volstar, and it's 21, which is pretty big when you do summon it, and 19 when you normal summon it. But yeah, triple Diplo and triple Volcano. These are like the best of Volstars ever. They should have made Volcano the ulti over Serrato, definitely, because Volcano just does so much more work. And yeah, triple Westlow. This is your only Voltile that you're running. Um, you shouldn't be wasting your time with Najasha because with Najasha you have to start running Eva Force and all that stuff, and Eva Force is just a bad card in general because like, well, it's not a bad card. It just it's dead. It's dead like all the time. Wow, I don't know what happened. I just went black screen, but yeah, it's dead most of the time. So you really need um, just Westlow because flipping is it's a bit slow, but it does its job. Like this deck really just makes your opponent lose all their resources, and then you start attacking directly. That's kind of how it works. So yeah, Guaiba because it's what you replaced the Najasha with, and it's not only that, like the spellbooks coming out, the spellbook decks are just a bit too fast for flipping a Westlow. So you can attack over their spellbook magician or their Jogan the spiritualist, whatever they're running. So yeah, and then get a Logi out and then set five because that's what pro people do. And then two Tsukiyomi. Two Tsukiyomi does work. Uh, you can't rely on these spell and trap card destruction cards. So Tsukiyomi just flips it face down, and then you're able to attack over it with a bigger monster. So and not only that, Westlow flipping Westlow down is really good. Uh, so two Tsukiyomi actually does do a lot of work. I know in a lot of other decks it's dead, but in this deck it really works out. One Book of Moon because Book of Moon is just the best card in this deck. Because flipping Westo and then booking it and then being able to flip it again occasionally if they attack into it, or you can just go Photon Papal Operative. One of the main plays of this deck is flip Westlow, get a Diplo or something, and then normal summon Tsukiyomi, flip the Westlow back face down, overlay the Diplo and the Tsukiyomi for Photon Papal Operative. Photon Papal Operative flips Westlow, and then Westlow grabs Volcano, and then Volcano can make a Logia with the detached Diplo off of things. So that does work too. Dark Hole, staple obviously. Triple Diversity. You're only running 3 Westlows, and you want to draw Westlow first turn. Like setting a Westlow first turn is your best play, usually, or attacking with Wyba. One Lance. Lance isn't necessarily necessity in this deck, because you can't Lance a face down Westlow. That's why you run Triple Convulse. So Lance does work with Wyba, obviously, and when you need it, it's there for the one of. So yeah, one Heavy Storm, one Monster Born, two MSTs. The third MST is being replaced by the Lance, and you have triple Diplo. Damage step Diplo is really good, so yeah. Um, Pot of Avarice, um, yeah, you go through a lot of stuff. Uh, Horn of Heaven. I've been testing this card out with one Solemn Warning missing. Um, it's actually pretty good because, like a lot of Herent summons, you got Evolsaur Ophion, you have High Priestess of Prophecy, the decks that are mainly going to be out of Tachyon and Hidden Arsenal 7, unless they get like the smaller Chibi Dragons out of Tachyon. Uh, yeah, that's going to be pretty much the meta, is Evil Swarm. I think decks like Merlantians will still exist and shit like that because, they'll just be running less Abystus and more just Megalo. They're probably only 7 they're going to be running is Megalo. They're going to have to go back to the Undyne version probably. I hate to say that. Didn't be like everybody else, but yeah. I hate Undyne. It's so bad. Um, two Bottomless. With all these archetype lances out, Horn of Heaven really does work being a counter trap, but there's just too much forbidden lances in the game. Like, not only is there Forbidden Lance that you can play, but there's all these archetyped and type-based Forbidden Lance. So Bottomless just isn't really doing as much work as it used to. So Bottomless might, I don't know, come out for something else. It depends how good Horn of Heaven is. I haven't tested this deck much, but yeah. Triple Compulse, because it's like a Forbidden Lance for your Westlaw, like I said before. And not only that, like it stops your opponent's Exceed monsters. Dracosack is going to be a problem when dragons become big, elemental dragons, and this stops Dracosack. Unlike other cards, so yeah. Triple Fiendish Chain, like I said, with all those archetype Forbidden Lances, just a continuous trap card that stops them. Like they might, like if you Fiendish Chain a High Priestess and they have the wand or the Wisdom, they're gonna have to use the Wisdom and destroy the Fiendish Chain that turn instead of one of your other cards. So that's pretty good. And if they don't Wisdom it, then they just can't attack or use their effects. So that's pretty good also. And not only that, it stops Dracosack and every single other card in the game. I mean, if they have the MST, they have the MST, but Fiendish Chain is just really good. You could run Breakthrough Skill if you're really afraid of MST that much, but Breakthrough Skill does not stop the attack. So that's one thing you gotta think about. Breakthrough Skill in the deck, like with monsters that are summoning level 5 or higher monsters, is really good. Just because Breakthrough Skill can remove itself during your graveyard and stop Ophion from activating its effect. So that's one thing to consider. Running Fiendish Chain over. I should make a video about this. Mirror Force. Mirror Force is just really good. With lances and shit like that, if they lance during your Mirror Force, their monster most likely is going to become smaller. So Mirror Force is a lot better in that sense. So yeah. And not only that, like having two Mirror Forces, like if they have Wisdom, you can just like Mirror Force, Mirror Force. It's hilarious. I'm just kidding. Solemn Judgment is good. Solemn Warning, shouldn't explain that. Solemn Starlight Road, why not be able to set 5 first turn? It's just stupid. Droll Lockbird, I was trying to find a replacement for this because I don't necessarily like it as much, but there's just nothing else you can run in the game that can stop prophecies as good as this card. So you definitely have to run this card. They go Judgment Day, Secrets, or Magician, and then you Droll Lockbird, and then wait, no, you'd probably Droll Lockbird after Secrets just so that they have more dead cards. But yeah. One MST. Wait, no. Why would you do that after the Master? Because, or I mean Secrets, because then they can search out a spellbook that doesn't search but actually does something. So never mind. I'm bad at this game. Do it on the Magician. Yeah. MST, it's good. Black Horn of Heaven, during those matchups that have just a lot of inherit summons, you just stop that shit, so it's pretty good. Deck Devastation from Merlantians, because King Feral Imp is a dark. It's your only target, I think. Yeah, if you're versing Dark Worlds, I guess, with the Dark World field card out, you can use Magic, but that's it. So, I don't know, this is kind of gimmicky. I'm not sure about it. I'd rather be running Eradicator because, like, Eradicator is so good, but unfortunately, King Feral Imp is only 23. Goes in match. Shit's broke sometimes. Not really. Um, in the Prophecy matchup, I guess you can just get their Spellbook Magician. I wouldn't side this in against the Prophecy matchup. Um, yeah. Imperial Iron Wall. A lot of stuff starting to banish a lot. Like, even like stuff like Bottomless Trap Hole banishes. This can stop Bottomless Trap Hole. So, yeah, some matchups, this is really helpful. Others, it's sided. That's why it's sided. Um, not Chaos Dragons, Elemental Dragons. This is why this is being cited. Because Elemental Dragons, I think, is just going to be too hard of a matchup for this deck. So, yeah. I mean, like, during the Elemental Dragon matchup, like, Gwaiba's going to be completely dead unless they Dracosack a token, and then you attack over Gwaiba. But if I'm playing dinosaurs, they're probably going to expect the Gwaiba, so they're most likely not going to, Dracosack unless they're stupid. So yeah, Imperial Iron Wall is pretty good in the Elemental Dragon matchup. Light Imprisoning Mirror. Light Imprisoning Mirror. I would cite this again against like those rogue tier 2 matchups because this has a lot of hard tier 2 matchups like Lightsworn, um, just fast decks like that destroy face downs, that destroy spells and traps. So yeah, Mind Crush. Oh yeah, not only that, this stops High Priestess Prophecy and and Jogan the Spiritualist too, because they run that sometimes. Um, Mind Crush. Mind Crush is pretty much good every matchup. Like this card being at 3 is just crazy. Uh, I'm not sure. Apparently, I got ruled on DN that if you dual or if you EVO Diversity for Westlow, they can activate Mind Crush to the resolution of diversity, which that doesn't make sense because I always played Mind Crush as if they like called for Stratos and you had to wait for them to activate a card effect for you to Mind Crush the Stratos because um you can't just activate cards on your opponent's turn. You have to activate it in response to something. So apparently you can activate to the resolution of effect or some shit like that. So if that's the case, then Mind Crush is just even worse than I thought. Like that shit's super broke. So yeah. Um, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Evil Swarm, uh, Inzectors are still this deck's hardest matchup. I'm not gonna lie. They just are just too good. And Evil Swarm, like even the Merlantian matchup, like in the Merlantian matchup, they have their one marks or they have the 3 marksmen that they're probably gonna run. They either run 2 or 3. They usually run 3. Uh, at least when that's gone, it's pretty much gone for the rest of the game because they don't play salvage as much as they used to. So like if they destroy your back row, then that's 1 out of 3 marksmen, and you still have your Westo. But in the Inzector matchup, they always have Hornet. That is why Inzectors are still this deck's worst matchup. That one guy that top 32 at YCS Long Beach, that guy was freaking amazing. I mean, I know he main deck Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, but like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror needed to be main deck because that was easily the hardest matchup. I mean, he top 32 with this deck when there was 3 Hornets and 3 Dragonflies, so that's impressive. That guy makes me proud. Chimera Tech. I used to be running Cyber Dragon. That's stupid now. So, I could run. I've been against the second Dolka for a while because Abyss Dweller kind of does the same thing as Dolka, and you don't go for Dolka as much in this deck. So I'm thinking, what level 4 do I want? Oh yeah, Direwolf. I don't have a Direwolf in real life, so that's why I didn't do Direwolf. The only reason I'm not doing this in real life deck profile is because I'm missing a Compulse, and I just don't feel like proxying. I'm missing a Compulse. I have the Mirror Force, I just don't have it on me. I have the Compulse, I just don't have it on me too. Like my teammates have that, and I think a Fiendish Chain. I'm missing a Fiendish Chain too. So I just didn't feel like proxying cards. So yeah. Um. Anyway, Stardust Dragon. You have to start the road, so it's necessary. Uh. That's the only synchro you run too. I was running Effect Veiler for a while, but and with Effect Veiler I was running Armory Arm and Cataster, but I took those out because you want more Exceed room, and your opponent may be playing Veiler, but the only way you can get their Veiler is through Monster Coins. So it's kind of bad. Abyss Dweller, this thing does work in every matchup. Like you may not have water, so it's sitting at 17, but it doesn't matter because um, it's just too good. Um, Dolka, well, 1 Dolka is good enough. Dolka negates everything that Logia doesn't, so Logia is good. Logia negates everything that Dolka doesn't, except for flip summons. This does not negate flip summons. That is so unfortunate. Like Gravekeeper's Spy is like an instant answer for this card. It's stupid. Because they can set Spy with Necro Valley, they attack into Spy, they summon Descendant, and yeah, it sucks. There's a lot of Gravekeeper matchups. Even though, like, I have an amazing Gravekeeper matchup because just Westlow into Diplo, destroying their Necro Valley, and then Diplo attacks over all the Gravekeepers is amazing. It's not always the case that happens sometimes. Gaga Cowboy. Cowboy is really good because ah, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, just burning 800 per game is just too good. And not only that, like it's pretty much like a 3,000 attack rank 4, so that's pretty good. Gemini Pearl because 26 in 26 all the time is pretty good. I don't know why. I guess it's just the gem knight inside of me that wants to run this. King Feral Imp. Searching for Westlow is really good, and having deck devastation is pretty good sometimes. Like I've had hands where like I have like Tsukiyomi and then some Evolsaur, and if I'm actually able to exceed and pull off King Feral Imp's effect, that's pretty good because that hand would be completely dead otherwise, and this just would revive that hand. You have the extra X base, so it's pretty good to run it. One Leviair is good with the two Westo is being your only way to rank 3, but it doesn't matter. My stroke's good. Photon Popple Operative, it's good. Steel Swim March, it stops those big monsters. Yeah. Wind Up Zen mains. Wind Up Zen mains and Leviair are the only rank 3s I run. But they're the best two, in my opinion. You could be running stuff like Acid Golem, but it's not good in every situation. I would run Leviathan, definitely, if I find the room. But right now, I kind of like the extract the way it is. Because I've never been in this situation where I've needed the third Logia, the second Dolka. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Wind up Zenmeister. Zenmeister's really good because if they attack into your Westlow, you get level 4, and the next turn it's most likely going to live because it has that big defense. So you can normal summon another level 4 overlay, detach the Evolsaur, flip Westlow face down, and then flip Westlow manually for the turn. Get Volcano, and yeah. So Zenmeister's pretty good. It opens up a few plays that yeah, Tsukiyomi, when you don't draw it, it's a Tsukiyomi. So that's pretty good. Diamond Direwolf, it destroys Tragodia. If you saw my one duel against that one random deck playing random cards, Tragodia just stopped this deck for like 5 turns. And I didn't have the Direwolf at the time. I don't have Direwolf in real life. That's why I'm not running it. I remember now. I should take this out for something else. But yeah, anyway, guys, tell me what you think. I'm gonna start perfecting the Evolsaurs again because everybody else does it. By that I mean MCO 40 with gadgets. But let's try perfecting the Evolsaurs because this deck's really good. It's pretty much like dinosaurs are the last anti-meta left in the game because like there's just too much lances. There's back row is just not doing anything anymore. So Logia just stops lances and then the back row does something. So yeah. Anyway, guys, yeah, this is my Volstar deck profile. Tell me what you guys think about not running Jajasho. Um, I mean, Najasho is just not too good. I mean, I forgot how Volcano works with Najasho, because Volcano can miss timing. I just forgot how to do Evil Force Najasho because it's been so long. Like, it sounds stupid, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start perfecting the Evolstars after this. Actually, right now. I'm out.